Hi, I'm Nancy Gifford. This is part 2 of an analysis of the first movement of Paul Hindemith's Sonata No. 3 in B-flat major for Theory Seminar 623 at Westminster Choir College. So we're ending with the very closing part of the exposition, which is the first section of a sonata form. And in this closing section, it sounds like Hindemith is going to close on C major, but he doesn't. Instead of doing that, he goes to E, and then he goes to A, and then the third time, he does things in threes a lot in this piece, he goes to C, but the harmony is actually A flat major, which is a surprising progression. It's a kind of deceptive cadence, meaning instead of going from 5 to 1, you go from 5 to 6. Here we go from 5 to altered or flatted 6. So again, it's closing of the exposition. Second time to A major. The vibrant, virtuosic development section begins. The right hand has running passages, sometimes chromatic, and the left hand develops two motives from the exposition. The second part of theme A. Here's the first part of theme A. Here's the second part. So it's rising and then going down. And in the left hand of the development as it begins, Hindemith takes that da 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 dum and does. A couple measures later he does. A few measures later he does. And so on, and it builds and builds and builds. In between those statements of the second part of the first motive of the piece, he takes that little échappé, which is the second part of the B motive, which went like this. And inverts it. And then he does, second part of the B motive. The second part of the B motive is not that obvious, but that is where he gets his material. Da 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 from the rhythmic motive. Da 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 da. Turning, instead of going up, it goes down again. Da 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 da, and so on. The second subsection of the development takes the material from the section that I was just playing for you and turns it around so that the right hand has. The fast passages, and so on. So we're going to listen to that section, the beginning of the development. High register the pianos. Hand switch. Left hand has the virtuosic part. Right hand has a development of those two themes. More dissonance. Here comes the climax of the piece. A flat. And that's the climax of the piece. Climax being the important moment that the piece moves towards and then moves away from. So we're still in the development. In the third part of the development, there's a bridge to the recap. We've had that big climax that you just heard, and we go to the top range of the piano, and we're taking that A melody again, the first part of it. Hindemith just developed the second part of it. Da dum dum dum. This is the familiar first part of it. And he moves that rhythm around, starting on A, then starting on B, then starting on C, and this is a kind of 5/1 cadence. E goes to A, and that's where the development section ends. So we've just seen a little bit of a bridge, moving through several keys that are close to each other, and now we are at the recapitulation again, where material from the exposition, the first part of the piece, returns. It's not a traditional sonata because the material does not return in the tonic. In fact, what Hindemith does here is to bring back first, in the recapitulation, the third big part of the piece, he brings back the third theme in the right hand with the first theme in the left in A major. And it does that 3 times. D minor, and he plays around with some different keys here. The right hand plays in the exposition, where you have that beautiful lyrical melody over the melody motive A, da 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 da. The tonal center, however, is A. The section grows more and more dissonant. The most dissonant section of the piece occurs here. After the most dissonant section of the piece, where that third motive is brought back, the first motive comes back in the absolute highest part of the piece. And so on. The A motive here is stated in its entirety, the first part. Second part. He does things in 3s again. That ends the restatement of the A motive in what we'll call the recapitulation. After that, the dissonant D section returns. Sorry, the dissonant B section returns with all those sustained notes. The ASCAP. And we will listen to it again, but I'm just giving a brief overview. As Hindemith closes this recapitulation and closes the piece, he actually takes that ASCAP from the end of the second motive, the sustained section, and so on. It takes it to the bass, ending in B flat, which is where we started out, and then there's a little coda at the very end. There's a little minor, E flat major 9, a little coda. It suits the pastoral nature of this piece because we have a 4-to-1 cadence, minor 4, so we have minor 4, and here, listen to the high F. High F belongs to the tonic chord that's suspended over from the 9. So let's listen to it once again, and I will talk through it, and we might remember some things that I forgot to say in the initial analysis. Theme A, second part of the theme. Voices imitate each other. Move into different tonal areas. Both hands play the theme in octaves. Second part of the theme. Da-dum, dum. Second part of the theme. Bass, second theme, theme B, or motive B. Chordal, second part of it, first part of the B theme, second part, da-da-dum. This is a little bit cadential, going to D minor. Third part of the exposition, lyrical melody in the right hand, motive A in the bass, dissonances, polychords, unrelated chords on top of each other. Closing of the exposition, second time, third time. Development, dum bum ba ba bum. Bass again has motive, the second part of motive A developed. This is like a toccata with the right hand moving very quickly. Now it's moved to the left hand, the toccata-like section. The toccata was also a 16th century Italian genre. Climax of the piece, full chords, dissonance. Theme A, this is a bridge to the recapitulation. Again, many repetitions of that first motive. Now we're in A major. We've had a little cadence there into the recap. Right hand has motive C from the exposition with motive A in the left hand. Most dissonant part of the piece here, an extension of motives A and C. Motive C has become a counter melody to motive A. Here comes A and B flat all the way up at the top of the piano register. A in its entirety, both parts of it. Da, da, da. Here's the second part. Dum, dum. Left hand has the second part. right hand has the first part of the motive. The motive is divided between the hands. Pause. Motive B, not in B flat. Wandering, meandering. Da da dum. And then in the bass, listen. Da da dum from that motive. Da da dum down to B flat. A lot of chromaticisms here. And the little coda closing, very pastoral. Augmentation of the rhythm, stretching it. B flat, clear B flat major chord. Thank you.